Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. I introduce myself the way I would in a live stream. This is an upload. This is great news. That's why I'm so giddy and happy. Rosenstein to leave DOJ mid-March. This is 15 minutes ago. Rod Rosenstein expected to leave Justice Department in March. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein expected to step down by mid-March. CNN, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein expected to leave Justice Department in mid-March. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein is expected to leave the Justice Department in mid-March, according to a justice. Okay, so the number 2 official at the department has become one of the highest profile figures in the Trump administration, given his oversight of the Russia investigation and the appointment of Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, CNN, previously reported Rosenstein was planning to step down after Bill Barr was confirmed. Now we have confirmation that he's stepping down mid-March. Or he's leaving the DOJ in less than a month, officially. So this is the pre-party to Rosenstein leaving. Interesting. This is very interesting because today President Trump stated he took another Trump does not like Sessions. He never liked Sessions. Okay? Certainly doesn't like McCabe. We'll get to that in a second. And Trump, Twitter, what did he say today? It was hilarious. He stated something hilarious. Wow, so many lies by disgraced acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe. He was fired for lying, and now his story gets even more deranged. He and Rod Rosenstein, who was hired by Jeff Sessions, another beauty. So another beauty. Looked like they were planning a very illegal act and got caught. There's a lot of explaining to do to millions of people who just elected a president who they really like and who has done a great job for them with the military, vets, economy, and so much more. This was the illegal and treasonous insurance policy in full action. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. He states, he states, he and Rod Rosenstein, who was hired by Jeff Sessions, another beauty. Number 1, Rosenstein was there only because of Sessions. Number 2, Rod Rosenstein immediately began the Mueller investigation. Once James Comey was fired, Trump had every right to fire James Comey because in the Inspector General report, James Comey was insubordinate. Numerous examples. And obviously, James Comey presided over a cover-up. It was not his. When James Comey stated, and I have it right here, by the way, to support this channel, my Patreon link is below. My Federalist article on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal, which isn't really green at all. If you look at the mining of cobalt and lithium and nickel, it's how the Green New Deal would exploit poverty-stricken people across the globe. That is below in the Federalist. But please share that article and also check out HA's Second Amendment. That's my gun channel on YouTube, my firearms channel. And I have basically only fully automatic segments with submachine guns and machine guns. Went to Vegas at an approved range and numerous approved ranges and enjoyed safely and responsibly everything from an M249 to an M60 machine gun to MP5, Heckler & Kochs. Amazing. Check it out. It's below in the pinned comment. Andrew McCabe, and then he and Rod Rosenstein, who was hired by Jeff Sessions. So he takes a shot at Jeff. It takes a shot at the former Attorney General. Now we have William Barr. Rod Rosenstein is leaving, but here is the actual quote from Comey, which is why he was fired. For example, 7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program level when they were sent and received. These chains involve Secretary Clinton both sending emails about those matters and receiving emails from others about the same matters. There is evidence to support a conclusion that any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those government employees with whom she was corresponding about these matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation. Top secret and special access program intelligence says right there. How did she get this information on her unencrypted, it was unencrypted for about 5 months, server? How did she do it? Ask Brian Pagliano, the person that she unintentionally hired and unintentionally paid unintentionally for 4 years, along with everyone else who was taking care of the servers outside of the United States government without even President Obama knowing. Yeah, right. Talk about lying. Then Comey states on July, 5th, 2016, although there was evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor will bring a case. There is evidence of potential violations. Case closed. I don't know of any. Did they acquiesce? Did they bend over backwards not to harm General Michael Flynn, who was an honorable man? Did they bend over backwards not to harm Manafort? They want him to serve an eternity for the ostrich skin jacket. I mean, this is like, and now Rosenstein is out for actually doing the one thing that was right in his life, to fire James Comey, to write the justification to fire James Comey. Then, when Rod Rosenstein writes the justification saying, yeah, he handled the Clinton email investigation in a way that was insubordinate and it was not his call. He didn't have to. He should never have stated. Comey should never have stated, and it's an overt cover-up. He should never have stated that, well, no reasonable prosecutor. It wasn't his call to make. Nobody asked Comey's opinion on what a reasonable prosecutor would do. Nobody asked Comey's opinion. It was an obvious cover-up because she actually committed crimes. And we're not even talking about the Clinton Foundation uranium deal, where Bill Clinton met with Vladimir Putin and money flowed into the Clinton Foundation. You can't connect dots there, but you need to connect dots with Manafort, or CrowdStrike, which was outsourced by Clinton and the Democratic Party. The DNC never gave its servers to the U.S. government because they have a lot to hide. So they actually just get a tech firm to say, go ahead and look at our servers and give the images to the United States government. What? Why? There's not just a conflict of interest. Why on earth would you trust the same political party that cheated Bernie Sanders and that blamed Russia for informing us that they cheated Bernie Sanders? And now you have like Bernie running, or eventually running, or whatever running, and it's like you're going to get cheated again. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But Rod Rosenstein is out, and there goes the Mueller report. All of Mueller's allies or people, criminal conspirators, they're out the door. They're gone. This was a bureaucratic coup. Obviously, it's so overt. They couldn't get Trump during the election. There was so much criminal behavior that their cover-up didn't work. So what did they do? They had to write the Comey letter because that was going to leak. So they had to write a Comey letter. They had to write a Comey letter, or Comey had to write his letter because there were thousands and tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of emails from Clinton's server, many of which were classified. So not only do you have classified emails on servers outside the United States government, you have classified emails on former disgraced Congressman Anthony Weiner's laptop. Then they explained that, well, Huma Abedin was backing up her phone. Okay, that makes no sense at all, but that's still... Look, then she is at risk of indictments. I mean, which one is it? If you mishandle classified intelligence, even unintentionally, it's U.S. Code 793F of the Espionage Act. But they ripped up the entire Espionage Act. We're just like I said, we're just talking about the Espionage Act. There's campaign finance violations. There's Clinton Foundation pay-to-play schemes. I mean, all the dots that they're connecting with Trump, Russia. All the dots they're connecting. There was nothing there. The whole thing was absurd. The whole thing is predicated upon us believing that Russia feared Clinton after the Obama administration okayed the deal for 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. Why would that be? Like, how is that even logical? It's completely irrational. It is, the whole thing's completely irrational. Why would they fear Hillary when Bill Clinton is meeting with Putin at his home? Trump wasn't. This is Newsweek, The Hill. Everything I say is public record. And now we're finding out. Bureaucratic coup. I was talking about this for 2 years. They tried to remove Trump. They set up and framed Trump. I was saying that every single day. But he's out now. Don't let the door hit you on the way. Don't your rear end on the way out. My God, look at this. Deputy Attorney, 3 weeks. Just in, Deputy Attorney General is expected to step down mid-March. He's gone. The remnants of the Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, Clapper, Brennan, Rosenstein, Sessions, that whole thing, and trust me, no offense to anyone, that whole trust Sessions thing had to have been started. It was either like just an obvious hoax or maybe something more insidious. Because people were being told to trust the very people they should never have trusted. All because some vague message boards were predicting some things but not other things, but then when you really look, they didn't really predict anything. It was so ridiculous and absurd. It's even embarrassing, like telling people, yeah, well, like these are wonderful people too. Like I have nothing against the Q people. They're like wonderful people, they're beautiful people, but my God Almighty, like all of this is, he even clowns Sessions today. He'll be clowning Sessions, Trump, his whole life. Another beauty who was hired by Jeff Sessions. Rod Rosenstein was hired by Jeff Sessions. Another beauty. He wasn't hired by Trump. Look at the tweet. Another beauty. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So Rod Rosenstein is out, ladies and gentlemen. He is out. Finally, you're going to have the official end of the Mueller probe. Look, Mueller knows that he doesn't have any more people who want him there. The DOJ does not want him there anymore. The White House is calling the shots now. You don't have Rosenstein. You don't have McCabe. You don't have Clapper. You don't have Brennan. You don't have Comey. You don't have any of the apparatus that kept Clinton away from getting indicted. And you have McCabe, who will face criminal prosecution eventually. He will get indicted eventually because he lied under oath with intent. It literally says with intent. So, I mean, you have all of these events taking place simultaneously. You have all of these events taking place all at once. It's a confluence of these events that are leading to Clinton eventually getting indicted. And I'm telling you also, a big part of the media now that sold its soul to Trump Russia, they're going to sell their souls, some of them. Well, it wouldn't be selling any soul. It would be actually just reporting for once in their lives. They're going to realize that, you know what? It's very lucrative to talk about the actual crimes of Clinton. Because guess what? The majority of the left, or a great part of the left, can't stand Clinton now. 53. Remember this? Andrew McCabe didn't go to the bathroom without the approval of Lincoln James Comey. Yes, you're getting the real-time reading. This is 53 seconds ago. Remember this. Andrew McCabe didn't go to the bathroom without the approval of Lincoln James Comey. Oh my God. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Remember this, Andrew McCabe didn't go to the bathroom without the approval of leaking James Comey. So basically, Trump is actually helping McCabe set up a perjury trap for Comey. Because McCabe is like, yeah, Comey lied. He let me leak information, which, by the way, is illegal. That's what James Baker, the FBI legal counsel, is facing his own grand jury and criminal probe over. Who, by the way, said indictments were imminent just like I did. In 2016, the top legal official, according to Mark Meadows and Paul Sperry, based on testimony, stated that Clinton should have gotten indicted. That's another lie that Comey stated under oath. He said it was a unanimous decision. No, it wasn't. The top FBI legal official, legal counsel, James Baker, who is now under criminal investigation, stated that obviously Clinton should get indicted. Obviously. It's obvious. Ladies and gentlemen, it's on. Rod Rosenstein is out. And 3 weeks from now, and you know, it's interesting, Mueller probe is ending. And now you have investigations of a criminal, of conspirators who engaged in fraud against the FBI, against the United States of America. Why do you think Trump keeps saying illegal activity? Because there are legal statutes pertaining to fraud that are linked to the actions of James Comey and Clapper and, well, James Comey and Andrew McCabe and Peter Strzok and Page and all of them. James Baker. There are two people already under criminal investigation, which is James Baker, which is hilarious. He was the top FBI legal counsel, and he was Lisa Page's boss, and Andrew McCabe, who lied 3 times under oath intentionally because his wife received hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars from Clinton allies, Terry McAuliffe, super PACs linked to the Clintons, the Democratic Party. He should have recused himself from the Clinton email investigation. He didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all going down. It's going down slower than expected. Well, slower than we'd like, but it's pretty fast. Look, 2 years. Trump had to endure Sessions, Rosenstein, and all of this nonsense from the media for 2 years. Only Trump could have done this. And he's bringing home Americans from counterinsurgency conflicts. And he's presiding over peace between North and South Korea at the beginning of. And he's presiding over a great economy. Tell me how, and prison reform. Tell me how he's this worst, horrible president. And we're finding out all the hoaxes now. Jussie Smollett very likely fabricated everything. And that was meant to show how bad that Trump is dog whistling to people. Oh my God. And I wrote in the Jerusalem Post, in my article below, share that everywhere. President Trump's words do not incite hate. You know who incites hate? People on the left. They hate each other first. Believe me, I was on the left, I know. They hate each other first, then they hate everyone else. But the hate starts among themselves. Then they pretend, they fabricate, they foment all the euphemisms. Oh my God, this is happening. He's working with Russia. He's fomenting hate. No, he's not, crazy people. No, he's not. You're doing it. And then you're saying that Trump is doing it, but really you're doing it because you can't stand losing. You couldn't stand losing. You lost. And you spent 2 years in an epic meltdown that plunged the country into a new Cold War. Thank God nothing happened in terms of what could have taken place from a new Cold War. And now we have McCabe singing like, a songbird. And Trump is loving it on Twitter. It's hilarious. Rod Rosenstein is officially out. Thank you so very, very much. Hit subscribe right now. You want to watch this channel throughout this year. Thank you.